Hey! Did you miss us? I hope you did, because we are back with another episode of Base Attack Bonus. Yes. Today's stream will be in English. For anyone who doesn't understand, we'll try our best to make you understand later on, because I'm not going to be translating live.
Like live.
Yeah. So, today we are going on with a different kind of adventure and a different kind of system. Actually, we are not in Dungeons and Dragons anymore. We are in
Daggerheart.
if you can see. I hope you can see.
Daggerheart.
So special thanks to the fellows at the Critical Role and Darrington Press to create this beautiful system that we're about to experience. All right, before we start, how was your week, fellas?
Yeah.
Cap guy, on you.
You have a cap now? I thought you had something different.
That was called a cap too, so.
Yeah, but it wasn't white, in my defense.
When
Okay.
the time comes, I shall arrive. Expecting to die.
What are you drinking?
That's apple juice. Okay. It is apple juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is apple juice.
To what? A lesson.
You had a
class.
lesson.
Okay.
Did you do your presentation? How did it go? Nice.
Good enough. What the fuck is going on over there? I don't know. You.
Me.
Yeah.
I didn't do much, honestly. I didn't do as much, as many things that I would like to do. I slept a lot, and then I slept some more. I drank a lot of tea, and I advise you to do the same. We're not drinking tea right now, and this is an exception, actually. Well, your mic was off.
We'll come again.
It's fine.
Sorry for the.
You didn't miss anything. I promise.
It's too hot. We all just like sleep.
He didn't really say anything aside from the lesson he had, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also learned Daggerheart this week. Yeah.
So what? You also
Learned Daggerheart.
Yes, thank you. We actually practiced this. This is not the first time we're playing.
First time live though.
Yeah, it's
First
the
time
first
live, yeah.
time we're recording ourselves or we're
Okay.
live streaming.
Yellow short, not jacket. Go.
Oh no.
It's gonna be hard.
Sure. I cannot hear you, bro. Just
ask the damn question once again. I forgot what we were talking about.
What did you do this week?
Oh no.
I hurt myself.
And
But
Tyler.
we cannot tell more because of.
Okay. Which one thing you reminded me is first legal warning of the stream. This
Go!
no, not that one. Let me talk. This stream is for people who are 18 plus. We are advising if you're not under the age limit, you can leave. You probably should leave. This since when I explain the setting, it's going to be fun.
We're sorry for our Turkish audience. We'll be speaking English for this stream.
Okay.
That's it.
My internship is over.
Oh yeah.
I'm free from
Yippee.
employment.
And I'm unemployed because I graduated a month ago.
Technically, all of us are employed
Unemployed.
and unemployed.
I
At
mean,
the
you're
same
still students.
Okay. Yeah.
You're enrolled.
we're all technically employed people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
like,
you will be enrolled.
we don't have a
enrolled
9
in
to
one
5. That's what I mean.
Can we stop
Yeah.
talking about the realities of the harsh?
We're here to
outer
escape
world?
that.
Yeah.
And get back to the game.
Yeah.
Right before that, we have a legal warning. Number
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
Go ahead.
To make sure I don't forget anything for this time, I will be reading it.
Alright.
Okay. Everything mentioned in the stream is entirely fictional, and the things we do, not we do, things our characters do and they think and they say, doesn't represent us. And everything, any resemblance to the real organizations, institutions, and people, it's just pure coincidence. And that's not a thing. If you think this is not coincidence, you made that up in your mind. We're not taking responsibility for that because this is all fiction and we're just training here. So we are playing characters, we are role playing, and we are pretending. Please keep that in mind and have fun. And don't forget to drink some tea.
You forgot to tell them they're loved and blow them a kiss.
What?
Yeah, Strut does that. You are loved.
Yeah, you're loved and kissed. Mwah.
Also, water
Wow.
bottle is back. Water bottle is back.
Bottule bottule.
Water bottle.
All right.
Bota.
So, before the game starts, where are we? So, it's my favorite time of the week. I'm going to explain the setting. Yay! And no one's gonna listen to me. Yay!
So,
Listening?
You never do.
as a famous band says, "Wake me up when September ends."
Yeah. Okay. Where are we? We are in the flying island of Araska,
Araska.
Araska.
which was built to be an island of the free, an island of the free thinkers and the free lovers and the free everyone. We were born to no rules, no kingdoms, no tax, no nothing. Mate
So different.
or 115 fictional places. It was created to be a utopia by 3 very wealthy businessmen, let's just say. And after those 3 businessmen died 30 years ago, the city went in a different direction. Which direction did it go? Now it is mostly overrun by chemical barons, mafia bosses, and everything that rules in the streets where nobody cares. So, our adventure starts in a tiny bar in the worst part of the town called the Lower District. This tiny bar is called the Diamond Tap. Why is it called that? Nobody is old enough to remember, at least in these parts. People don't really grow old. And our smoky little band of bandits are experiencing a nice evening of enjoying their drinks and just chatting up. Along these group of smoky little bandits, which is what I'm going to be calling the rest of you from now on, there is weird faces that you wouldn't be used to see in a world that doesn't have magic. So, what do you look like, and what are you called, my friend? I'm looking at you.
Just about 2 meters tall. I'm wearing a brown trench coat on me from my neck to, back, the higher leg area. There are some metal parts are visible on my face because I am what's called in Daggerheart is a clank. That's my
He's
race.
a robot. And please no, I cannot even say the word. Just go ahead.
You want to say no, anyway?
No,
Um, There are some metal parts that are visible on my hands and on my face, but they're not matching up. Like one is looking like a pristine steel, the other is looking like freshly cut copper, and another one is looking like a rusted piece of iron. Besides that, I am hiding the left side of my face with a hat. Sorry, not a hat. My right eye is visible. It's blipping with a green light, and yeah, that's all for now.
And sitting.
Oh, I forgot to say my name.
Yes.
My name is 5M1T Epsilon.
Epsilon.
Short for.
M1.
It doesn't look like anything when you write it down, of course. No.
Yeah,
No. You're what
No,
you're seeing on the
sorry,
screen.
officer.
Yeah.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
And sitting right across from him, I believe.
Yeah.
Probably.
Other pronoun.
Pronouns, people.
Yeah, I am him, and he and him.
All right. You can be he, but you're not him.
I use he and him.
All right.
Okay.
You use him too?
they use it on me most most
All right.
probably.
Okay.
Sitting right across from him is a tiny little fella who's totally not dangerous to anyone.
Of course.
Mhm.
I'm a little thing around like 70, maybe 80 centimeters. And I have wings because I'm a fairy.
She was a fairy.
I look very harmless, very innocent, and very, energetic when you look at it, when you look at me from afar. But when you come close, I will still keep acting harmless. You have to get around me a little. You have to spend some time with me. And maybe, yeah, some time. And go on maybe some adventures or two. Then you'll learn how harmless or harmful I can be. Well, I look like a small insect-like fairy. I have blonde hair, which also has like some pink on around it. Well, I also have antennas on my head, on the top of my head, and I have some flowers that I put around my head that I just probably picked around whenever. I usually do that probably.
Yeah, all right.
I have eyes that are also insect-like, and they are pink, and they look very innocent. Aside from that, I have a little violin. It's a little violin, but it's almost as big as me, I can say. I have 4 arms. Maybe I should mention that.
Yeah, that may be a little important.
Yeah, just so that I can play my violin while holding your hand.
That's exactly what she does.
Of course. So yeah, I also probably have a short and pink dress. And that's it.
All right.
I am also called Jennifer.
Juniper.
Jennifer.
Up next is sitting right between them. We go from the small to a huge chunk of a man.
Yeah. When you look at me, you see some cold, colored, full plate armor. Starting to look over, you see my head without any helmet. My skin color, fur color is gray. But even though I am covered with cold colors, when you look at my face, you see tenderness, tender,
You see the warmest face.
warmest face, yeah. I have a long nose and a big mouth, which smiles very often. I am he, him. I use he, him, and my name is Daggerheart.
Repeat it for the table, please.
Daggerheart.
Okay. Yes.
Daggerheart.
And what kind of hair do you have? Got a beard?
I do not have at all.
Wow.
No hair, we
Bold!
He's one
I have
he's torturing people who have hair.
Nice! It's from SpongeBob.
Do you have a beard?
I do not actually right now.
Mustache?
Please don't rip the
Nah.
beard off your face right now.
It's all a lie.
Clean face. I have my fur, but
Nothing on your head.
yeah.
All right.
I'm
And we
horrible,
go
by
back
the way.
to the smallest fellas. Smaller fellas.
Mm. You see a red-colored frog person, about 1 meter 15
Call-
centimeters.
And the frog people are called the ribbit.
Ribbit,
Ribbit, ribbit.
but it's more than a regular ribbit.
Regular.
Regular ribbit, regular.
Regular bit.
You see two horns, one, and they are asymmetrical. One goes like this, and the other goes like a goat's one, and like spirals at the top. And they're also in red color. You see lots of dots here, black dots, and you see a coat on me, and then in the after the coat you see my hands colored in dark blue. I'm a strawberry frog, actually. My name is Kasao. I use she, her.
Kasau.
Kasao. I use she, her.
Kasau.
Kasao.
All right. Well,
I never said my pronouns. You never asked.
Yeah.
You didn't even wonder. What kind of a GM are you?
you're a fairy.
Shame on you,
Think about your
sir.
pronoun.
Shame on you.
Right from the first episode. I cannot believe this. Okay, I'm also a she, they. She, they.
Okay. I'm gonna be calling you fairy, the frog, robot, and the other guy.
The guy.
At least he's not saying
You have serial logical issues that
Nope, I'm not doing that.
cereal is a soup.
All right. While our adventurers are
Cereal is a soup.
enjoying their night in the diamond tap.
And
door-
arguing about whether cereal is a soup or not.
While this conversation is rampaging on, the diamond tap, which is a bar that's it is like a good 60 feet to 60 feet cube with like 10 tables at the very most and a very old looking human bartender named called Joe.
Oh, Joe.
He's,
Sorry, Joe, just Joe.
he's just Joe.
culture.
Culture.
There are only two other tables beside you, two different bands of low lives who are just trying to rest after probably a long day or readying themselves for a long night. The door opens in a very sudden and harsh way. And as you turn to look at what the hell is going on, you see three very big guys. One of them, a human, who is a good 2 meters, with a lot of disfiguration on their body, and two others, who are dwarfs that look like they're twins, with red, messy beards and no hair on their heads, carrying two battle axes, huge battle axes, enter the diamond tap. And the big one goes, "Hey, tender." And as the bartender turns around to look at him, like taking a deep exhale, the big guy goes again. "This place is now the territory of the Black Hand. You're owed to us some payment." and he just walks, takes a couple steps towards the bar, and picks up one of the free tables with a single hand, and goes again. If you are not, let's say, voluntary, it's not gonna be fun for ya. The bartender just looks at him. How much do you need? And while these are happening, this entire scene is happening, what do you guys do?
So, do we know who Black Hand is?
We heard of him a couple times. Someone who is growing an influence around the field. In the last couple of weeks, who is growing in manpower and in reputation, let's say.
So he's an upstart crime boss.
You can call him that. Crime, yes. Boss, that's a different thing.
Do we know this is a neutral zone?
Well, one of the reasons you were staying at the Diamond Tap is no one comes to kick your ass every day.
Hmm. So this is also disturbing our peace.
Yes, it very much does.
Is it like we can like beat those guys up?
If you want.
I mean, they
does
probably
not
have some other
matter.
men who are not here, so let's not do that.
I kind of just held out my hand, and I'm saying now, recommendation: retreat for now and plan later.
Accepted. No worries by me.
Query: can we use the back door?
If it's decided, all right then.
There is 2 entrances which also work as an exit for this building.
Mhm.
One front door, as you've seen the other Black Hands guys enter, and there's another tinier door by the bar, which will allow you to get out into the back alley.
How close are they to that exit?
Currently, they seem to be more closely inquiring themselves with the bartender, so you can probably just make a run for it if you want.
Okay, then I say we just flee using the back gate.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's a very important question I must ask before that. How much time had it been? How much time has been passed since our last fight?
Let's see. 2 days.
2 days. Okay, I think I can hold it in for now. Affirmation. Let us go.
Are you going to be making a run for it?
Just fly. Just fly out.
Okay,
Yeah.
being the assholes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to grab my things and slowly walk
You just
on the back door.
We're just walking. You too, rest of you.
I will try to move as discreetly as possible.
Yeah, me too. I will walk very fastly and very neatly.
Okay, for the 2 of you, this is a finesse check. For you, that's a presence check.
Okay.
And for you, you don't have to roll. You just
I'm just
You're just a
flying.
normal person.
Man, this is something I usually do, so.
Let's roll the campaign.
Yay!
Okay.
Oops.
What?
Okay.
Nice.
This is a 18 with fear.
8 with hope.
I'm getting fears in this.
Damn it.
Take your
16
fear.
with
I'm using these for the
You're boring,
Yeah.
bro.
Don't love us.
We have tiny little stars here, and they're colorful.
She made them by hand.
I
You
did not, but yeah, I did.
If we were speaking Turkish, I would say a line from Arok, but I think we already guessed which one.
Yeah,
It took about 3 months, and her hands were in all
and
bandages.
there it is, our GM. He doesn't even care. Okay.
You are heartless, sir.
16 with fear.
All right.
Fuck you.
And for you,
8 with hope.
for 2 of you, that passes. That's a success. And for you, your extra attempt to be as discreet as you can be,
Durum,
one of the dwarves turn around and looks at you and goes, "What the fuck do you think you're going, mate?"
Fuck.
And like looks at you for a couple more seconds and, "What the fuck even are ya?"
Your worst nightmare.
Oh,
Bold words. Bold words.
Did they like go out? Did they go out?
They're still right in front of the door.
No,
They're at
I'm
at
checking.
the door,
Yeah, I'm waiting for her.
waiting for she.
Don't smoke
Wait
him.
a minute. Wait a minute. I don't
Whoa.
think we gave this warning beforehand. Okay. None of us here, except for this
This guy.
this guy right here.
cheeky little. Anyway,
None of us are here native speakers of English. This is our second, maybe third language. So, spare us from your judgment when we do any mistakes because we don't speak this language normally.
Yeah.
And yet, here we are making our stream in English for you guys to understand. So, yeah.
Yay.
On top of that, I'm not even good at my
First
first language. Yeah.
I can't even use my first language correctly, mate.
That's why he plays barbarian.
Yeah.
And he just tugs at the sleeve of the big guy and, "Yo, ein, das Frage, thing, şey, can bet you."
He cannot understand I'm a she or he.
He's taking a guess at this point.
Okay.
observation. It seems trouble is brewing.
Sorry, guy.
And the big guy turns around. "Who you say?"
Suggestion. Dakai.
That guy.
It seems he wants to play with you.
Suggestion that guy. I'm suggesting that guy.
I choose you. God.
As I walk to the back doors, I walk back to the where I am, and okay, my friend, I guess you have a little
How
problem with
long
my
are
friend.
you?
How long? I am a feet base or centimeter base.
I
Just give us in centimeters, mate.
118, 80-ish, 82, I guess.
You're not that long.
You're not that tall. Yeah.
I'm not the longest, yeah. But I am
The big guy is a good 2.5
Right.
meters, maybe closer to 3. Turns around.
If I sit on top of your head, we're still not as tall as him.
but if I fit on
Turns around and who are you supposed to be?
I am the Kaif. I am the protector of the weaklings.
Mocking observation. Sure. Why don't we give all our names to him?
Funny. Grabs you by the shoulder. Do you want to give me an agility check to run
No,
like that?
None.
Are you gonna allow it?
he can just grab me. Yeah.
Grabs you, tries to like put you into the tries to get you into the
Okay.
get you into there.
in
He
there.
can rest.
He can definitely try.
Right.
He can definitely try.
Do you want to resist that?
Yeah.
Give me a strength check. Which is not going to be
Easy.
It's 16 with hope.
okay, get your hope point and the thing is, As he tries to lift you into the air, you just go, that ain't happening, and you just grab him by the
Arm.
wrist.
So
And
romantic.
as you grab him by the wrist, you just lock his hand in the air, and he goes, stronger than you look.
I'm just I'm laughing. I guess I am stronger than you, mate. Then what about you just leave and do not disturb us anymore?
Give me a presence check, actually.
Okay, I'm gonna use my experience, a heart laugh, and presence, and can I use
This
two
is
hope?
like, okay. Do you want
Can I-
this as an intimidation check or like a persuasion check?
Persuasion check.
All right.
Heart laugh. Can I use 2 hopes for a single action?
You can if you have any other
Yeah.
ability.
Okay,
Go
I'm
ahead.
just gonna use my experience and also my ability, which is bold presence. Then I use I have a plus
Plus
3
two from
from
that.
3 actually from my experience, plus 3 from my strength check, and
Oh,
plus
by the
2
way,
from
for people who know shit about Daggerheart, these characters are level 3 and tier 2.
3 from my strength, 3 from my experience, 2 from my presence. That's all.
Which is going to be an 8 plus 8.
Yeah, plus
Yeah.
8.
Ooh.
DC is a 15.
Critical.
Critical factor.
Gain a hope, just erase one stress, but you don't have any stress.
Yeah.
So, and it's a critical success. So, what happens is, as you laugh, he
Then you
starts
can
to-
just go.
This guy is funny. I like him. And he just drops you and okay. Turns back to the dwarf. Let them be. And the dwarves give them a second of an angry look, and he just puts the dwarf up on the table and goes, "You're on timeout. You can go."
Confusion. What just happened?
You're free to go now. Just go.
Just go.
And now you're in the back alley.
Okay.
I was already out, so I didn't see any of these happening, by the way.
You heard a
Did I hear it? Because I'm gonna ask them if I didn't.
good part of it because it's a simple door and it's open, so
Okay,
you can see a
actually-
lot of things.
Okay.
I did want to them to leave.
Oh, that's you should have explained that a little better, maybe.
Okay.
You said us. That us.
Did I? Okay.
Don't disturb us, you said, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not
By
disturbing you.
meaning us, not for of us, the whole in. But okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, my mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. Next time, just try to be a little bit
Okay.
more expletive.
Okay. Guys, is everything okay? What just happening there? I heard some things, but
Exhaustion. Let Dakaif explain.
that kind.
Sorry, guys.
There's
I
nothing happened.
I heard you laughing. It's some of them.
Yeah, I always laugh.
Did they joke around or something?
Not at all.
Okay.
Assurance. It wasn't your fault. It could happen to anyone. Next
Maybe-
time, lose some weight. You are too fat, and they noticed you. so-
Wow, that's just rude. You're saying that because you're a robot and you cannot gain any weight.
Clarification. If I was rude, I would say something like this: "Stop eating those damn hamburgers." But I
This
was
is
being
rude.
informative.
Cannot even
Thank-
believe.
Thank you for your review. How would you rate our?
Had a bit so.
Okay, don't worry. Would you like to buy one of our?
You shut the fuck up.
Nope. I forgot the word, so I'm just moving on with my joke.
Yeah, thank God.
So what should we do now?
Yeah, we got ourselves out from the trouble, but the inn is still in trouble. I thought this was neutral ground.
I checked the front side, by the way. Is there any
Do you
reinforcements
want to do
for the
that
guys?
sneakily, or you're just gonna
I want to do that sneakily.
give me a finesse roll?
Man, what a finesse! And I don't have any finesse. Yep.
Uh-oh.
One finesse.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I got it. It's 12, but I got a 7. And this is a class ability. What was it given me? I gain
Wasn't
a
it?
hope or clear a stress. Okay, I gain a hope, but that's a fear. 13 with fear. 12 with fear. Sorry.
Yay. 12 is good enough.
Unfortunately.
As you turn your head, what you see is there is like 4 other guys just out in the street waiting for probably their peers inside.
4 other guys.
I return back. Observation. There are 4 other guys waiting on the outside. Suggestion. Since this is a neutral ground, we can go to one of the other buses and inform them about this occurring event.
Well,
What are the words when I need them?
yeah, but that means we're siding with another bus. And at this point, we should be making a choice. We have to choose to whom we're going to go and ask for help.
Query. Do you know anything about other buses?
I do not.
I maybe do I know?
Do I
anything?
know?
Do any
Give
of us?
me a knowledge check.
Since I always hunt the bugs in the state, since I'm a frog and I hunt the bugs, I want to use this experience of mine to
Hunt the what?
bugs.
Bugs. Okay.
I want to use this experience of mine and add +2 to my
So
check.
basically, you do pest control for people, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, good enough. Well,
When I use experience, do I like clear any hope or
Yeah.
something?
you use a hope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
12 with fear.
Yay, more.
Damn it.
Wait a minute. Or not.
He has more fear than the number of scary movies.
So 12 is gonna cut around. So what you know is there is like at least 5 or 6 big guys in this area, since none of them are strong enough to topple the other and get to like a controlling position, but there's big names, a couple of them. The only thing you don't know is those names.
Do I know like they are like where can they be?
Can't we help her do this?
You could have
Okay.
given her an advantage or something.
Maybe.
You use and hope to give people advantage.
I can, or anyone can.
Yes, everybody can.
Then I'm gonna give you a hope and give you an
But
advantage.
it wasn't
Before the roll.
Before the roll.
You're saying these things too late. I mean, this is our.
I
first
said
time
that
playing-
5 times.
This is our first time playing this on stream. I forgot something.
I
I
forgot.
like B12. Okay, that's just a thing.
He has like this for 7 years now.
Don't come at me. I don't have any white helmets.
All right.
Yeah, I haven't gotten my vitamins today too.
Okay, currently you're in the back alley. You can probably go out into the street, since like the commotion inside caused you to have a bit of a favor with the big guy in this group, so you can probably move and get somewhere else. Maybe somewhere you can learn a couple names if you're gonna stick to the plan.
So let's just like go for now and think about another plan.
So, regardless of the bosses, where would we go if we wanted such an extensive knowledge? Gossips, do we know?
A couple of ways you can take this on. One is to go around and look into streets where people don't usually look into, trying to find let's just say people that sell things, and you can ask them, or you can get around to different bars and see if any of them have like a gang symbol on them. Maybe they know something.
That's-
Or you can just maybe try to use your collective knowledge to figure out if you can come up with any name.
Let's try that. I mean, some of us have been living here for a long time now.
Good couple months, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we know some things.
Okay,
I
so
was born here.
let's do a group knowledge group check. Let's do a group check. This is for a knowledge check. Who's leading?
I will not.
Can I? May I?
Mm, It's okay for me.
So, how do you lead this investigation? Like not investigation, but a recalling of the knowledge between your team.
So, if I was a boss, and since we are in an area that is in constantly war going on, with a constant war going on, I would pick my place specifically to defend easily, to observe the surrounding area better, and thus I will try to think it like a general in this case, or an officer, and I will use my and I will spend the hope to use my experience that I call as war never changes.
TM, yeah.
So I will think it like this, like I know the map of the city.
Okay. So you're going to be leading this as like strategically where they could be.
Yeah.
And how are the other three helping? Starting with Perry.
Why are you starting with me?
Yeah, I can start.
Yeah.
I look for any old person street.
You're in a tiny back alleyway, mate. There's no
Okay.
one.
Then I go to the main street and look for somebody that I can trust. I can. Yeah.
Those are not very common around these parts, mate.
Yeah.
I can just try that a small child or
Or a big child. What do you want?
someone trustworthy. I mean.
Someone trustworthy.
Someone trustworthy.
We don't
I
have
see.
that.
What would they be doing in here?
That you would think that
Yeah,
that
yeah,
it's
I would think,
trustworthy.
Okay.
You know that like down the building there is a guy who sells, who is a street vendor who sells some food. You are not sure what it's made of, but it looks like meatball, but nobody is sure
Okay.
what meat
That's
it
good
is.
enough. Yeah.
You're gonna end.
I'm approaching him, ask him, "Oi, mate."
Okay, that's an entirely different scene.
Yeah.
That's not helping with this.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask him if there is anyone.
No, that's
Trustworthy.
still an entirely
Okay,
different
then.
scene.
That's, do different thing.
Hmm.
While you're thinking
Yeah.
of the different thing,
Yeah.
we go back to the fairy.
Okay. Since I'm a fairy and I'm also a bard, I might have some knowledge around here because I have seen stuff, and I have played in different districts of the island. We can say.
You say I'm gonna go bardic.
Yeah, I might have played my violin or just played around. I don't know, but I probably have seen some stuff.
Or played with their flutes. Yes.
Yeah.
So, give me a knowledge check as well.
No.
You are here.
Yeah.
And how are you helping?
I'm still standing.
Since I know this here, I live around here. I may have noticed that, like how some people go, like some sketchy
Sketchy.
people where they go or where they usually be. I may have seen those kind of things.
Knowledge check.
We are all trying knowledge.
Is also knowledge?
Yes, it is.
And for Daggerheart.
And whatever the fuck the kike is doing. And I'm gonna be swearing a lot.
Can I give a suggestion? Maybe it is somewhere where you remember that once you were passing there, you felt unsafe, or something in your guts was telling this was dangerous. This is a dangerous place. Can be something like that, maybe. While you were wandering in this lower district.
Like
Do I have
should
to help him?
Yep,
yeah,
just a group check.
I was going to ask the same thing. Do we have to help? him?
Oh, thank you.
When
Don't
this
cry
was
when we give you -1.
when this was initiated as a group check, yes.
Mhm.
Then I don't have any clue. Okay, I'm gonna suggest that instinctively if it's a good idea or not.
About?
What idea?
Sure, you know what? Fuck that. What the fuck? Give him a moral support. Fuck you. Ethical question.
You roll first, and then I roll.
You let the three of you roll first.
12 and a 1.
9.
So,
Oh.
she's 13.
13.
Yay!
But with fear.
Ah,
Don't you
That's
have a
pretty.
plus? Okay.
Uh,
I have
yay!
Wait.
Yay!
With hope. The
the yellow one.
yellow one
so-
was hope, right?
You said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Then
you don't
yeah.
have any fear.
You-
Sorry,
You
buddy.
don't have any fear.
Also, now
I'm fine.
No, 20 with hope.
Ooh.
That's a bad.
And you, my friend,
Look at
you, my friend, tell me of your result.
You're good. You're fine.
I hope I'm fine. Because
But
I hope.
nice, man.
It's fear with what check?
Yeah.
Nine
Fine.
with
Instinct.
Instant. Yeah. 0. 9 feet fear.
So +2 from you guys, minus
Am I
1 from
Yeah.
+1.
And fear.
Yeah.
I have +7 in
Dude, I already have 5 here in this.
Okay.
It is 26 with hope.
Hope.
Oh wait, these are reaction rolls, right? You don't roll with hope and fear. I
Why?
forgot. I forgot.
It's
Ah,
26 with hope.
But actual. Okay, it's success. You once, as you were thinking of the map
We don't
of
gain
the
hope
city
from
and
being
where
from
places
action
to be,
check.
she gives you a really quick reminder of. No. First, the frog gives you
Frog.
Frog.
an area on which you
Rabbit.
should be focusing on. After some ethical questioning from the Kaif,
Hmm.
you get back to the remembering things,
Mhm.
and with a quick, as you are focusing on the area, and you said that could be here, that could be here, like maybe a place is here. Suddenly, the pixie remembers something. You once played for someone who looked like they could be higher up.
Oh.
Which is which is an, in fairness, like
Mm.
for D&D people, it's
Tiflik.
like
a tiefling.
basically a tiefling. For like an infernus woman with like black skin and 2 sets of horns that go like
Yeah.
like a who's this?
Mhm.
And if anyone's a big name around this part, maybe her. What was, you don't exactly recall the name of the place, but it's totally in the map he's looking at somewhere.
Okay. Should be around here somewhere. I once did play for an amazing woman. I mean, I did it for fun, but she looked very stunning. And she might have some power now that I think about it.
Ex-
So,
Exclamation. I was down to 2 choices, and that uses it to 1. Which is?
Which is towards the north of here, a bar that you crossed maybe 3 times on your journeys. You don't recall the name either. Nobody seems to recall the name.
Really?
No, neither of you
The
seems
bar
to
with
recall
no
the name.
name.
Me?
You have no fucking idea.
Even after I pointed on the map that he
No,
was looking
you
at?
know the place. There
Oh,
is a building.
You don't know the name, okay.
Nobody seems to recall the name.
Alright. At least we know the location. We don't have to know the name.
Suggestion.
Oh,
We should
ribbit,
head
ribbit.
towards there. We should head towards there.
Yeah, we should go there.
Well, let's be careful while we're asking for help. Let's not get kicked out again.
Confusion. When was the again?
I mean,
When was the
Just
last time?
just now. They,
Just now.
5 seconds ago.
5 seconds
The
ago, we
black
got
man's
kicked
hand.
out.
Correction.
No,
we
black
did not.
man's
We did
hand.
not kicked out. We
ran
escaped.
away.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if we didn't escape, we would have been kicked out, probably.
Disagreement.
All right, all right, buddy. Whatever you say, let's fucking go.
Sad noises.
See, like as I explained before, there's 4 other guys with, and now that you can give them a better look when you're traveling, you see a tattoo of a black hand right on their shoulders, right on the back of their shoulders, and since you come from kind of a criminal background, you know that most criminals who are in a gang carry their marks on their left shoulder.
Hmm.
But
Not
black
criminal, but let's say people. You traverse up north for like a good 40 to 50 minutes.
50 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
As you're approaching,
My mind is amazing.
this place, which is not in the main street, but you have to take a left and a right to get behind a couple buildings. You see a bar that is entirely black. And as you approach, a scent of brimstone catches your attention, and you see just a couple more steps and another turn later, you see the name of the bar. It's called Ebony Memories. And there is
Say it again.
Ebony Memories. And there is a guy who looks like a bouncer, just standing in front of the place, who is entirely head to toe black Racona, who is a good 2.5 meters, carrying 4 different curved swords, 2 on his back, 2 on the sides. Just looking calm for the moment. And as he sees you approach, he goes, "You're here for the bar."
Well, hello.
Hello to you too, my lady.
Oh. Well, yeah. Could we get inside? If you let us.
Ribbit.
Sorry, today there is an event currently going on, so there is an entrance fee. It's not much. It's only a single coin of freedom.
Louder, please. I cannot hear.
There is currently an event going on, so there's an entrance fee. It's only a single coin of freedom.
So mechanically, we had gold coins.
A handful of coins.
A handful of
So
gold
you have
coins.
10.
Okay, we have 10 hope. No,
10
10
freedom.
freedom.
We
Which
all
is the currency for this
this in
whole
North.
In our sky.
for their Sea of Arsky, free Sea of Arsky.
So there was an event and I wasn't invited? Really? After the last time I came here to give you a show?
Well, first you may want to see the event before you get mad with me.
All right. Let's see. Okay, then. I'm okay to pay. What about you guys?
Yeah,
Hmm?
me too.
Just 1 coin.
He just collects the coins and lets you inside. And what you see is almost the entirety of the first floor, which is this is a three-story building.
Mhm.
Is nearly entirely black.
Observation. They ran out of any other paints.
No, not just colored black. It's dark in here. The only exception is two torches in the corner of the rooms, and who that are currently magically lighting something in the middle of the room, which is a single woman who looks serpentine in nature, doing a very frugal dance to, let's say, entertain the other patrons around, which seem to be entertained.
Mhm.
And as you enter, four of you enter, you you feel a tap on your shoulder.
Okay.
You see a very sharply dressed waiter. Oh, do you want anything for starters, sir?
If I can ask, I would like a cup of milk.
Sure, why not? For the rest of you,
Beer.
Query. May I have your finest wine, please?
Finest wine.
Minus one.
Are you rich? Are you rich like that?
Oh, correction. Cheapest wine, please.
that sounds more like it. For the lady.
Can I have a little cocktail with a tiny little bit of umbrella on it, please?
I mean, sure.
Thank you.
And he just disappears back into the crowd to get your drinks.
I adjust my hat to cover my other eye so I don't see anything going on the scene.
Okay, after like a good couple minutes of these incredible dance, your drinks arrive.
Mm.
And just as your drinks arrive, you see a voice coming from, like, sounds like it's coming from all around the room. And this was Lady Leanna. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching her wonderful show. And thank you, Leanna. And Purple,
Purple.
Purple in fairness with black horns and black covering his eyes entered the scene.
Leghorn.
Black horns.
Black horns and black
Cover.
covers, like
Mask
eyeliner,
or-
Oh, okay.
Eyeshadow.
eyeshadow,
So black makeup.
Black makeup.
makeup.
I thought he had
covering,
a cover on
entire
it.
Yeah, me too.
eye.
Yeah, okay.
And he looks sharply dressed in like this
It's a he.
See.
It's
Yeah.
a he.
Okay.
sharply dressed.
How does it matter?
He looks sharply dressed with a tail and something that resembles a singular wing that is not properly grown.
Oh.
He takes a couple steps in forward. The next show will be in 10 minutes. I'll see you all then. Which all of you will see the next show in 10 minutes as well. So we're going on a break.
Yes.
All right, everybody, welcome back for the next show of this evening.
Yeah.
The Infamous fellow comes back. And for this one, we're going to be joined by the marvelous, the wonderful Radrian. You see,
That name sounds familiar.
Familiar.
you see a male, Harry.
Harry, you say?
Yes, it's
Okay.
a fairy.
Fairly
Enter.
interesting set
Do
of
you know
coincidences.
him? Do you know him?
A blue fairy.
I mean, of course, all
Where is
fairies
he?
know each other. Don't you know that?
In the stage?
There is not an explicit stage, but
Mm.
it's like in the middle of the room.
Okay.
Surprise question. Do they?
You'll never know, I guess.
He
I believe her.
pulls out, Sir Edrin pulls out two curved swords, and start doing a whole blade dance.
Oh, wow.
And at one point, the narrator comes back and goes, "If anyone wants to try to test Sir Edrin's skill, our waiters are running around with fresh baskets of fruit. Just pick one and throw it at him. If there.
If when the waiter like comes around, I would just like
You see, like a good 50-60 fruits just thrown at Sir Edwin, and he manages to cut all of them in the air
with sword.
with his swords.
Wow.
With his two swords.
Not to challenge him, but how can we show that we appreciate him? Can we like throw money or like throw roses or
Wow,
something?
fantastic! Good job. Yes.
This is how you do.
Okay.
And he just
I then pluck one of the flowers on my hair
Mm.
and I'm throwing it at him.
I don't remember.
like as he's cutting with his swords, he manages to like grab the flower with the hilt of his sword,
Oh.
turn the sword in his hand, grabs it with the hilt, like pulls it towards himself, puts it on his mouth, and goes back to cutting fruit.
Oh.
Damn.
Good show, my friend. Good show.
Rabbit.
And after like a good 15 minutes of this
Rabbit.
thing, of the
Oh.
show, he puts his two swords back into their places, and he
Because of the backstage.
does an elaborate pose,
Uh-huh.
and everyone just goes into a maniacal state of laughter and enjoyment, and everybody seems to be enjoying themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And the Infernus appears back on the torches,
He was good, yeah. He was good.
and he goes,
It was very good.
Yeah.
Not only
And-
good, he was exquisite.
before our final show for the night, we are going to have a little bit longer of a break. So drinks are at the bar, and you can find our waiters. And don't you forget that second floor we have one of the most gorgeous game saloons you can see. So if you think you have extra money on the side, we're waiting for you. And then just
Warning, we don't have any extra money on this.
and the lights come back on, and the entire place is filled back with light. There is like no tables in this floor at this moment because they were all removed to have the show. There's like a good 100 people crammed up into this place, which is
100 freedom.
a lot of people for this kind of floor. And but people like a good half of the people just go upstairs to gamble their money away.
Yeah.
Well, you do.
Let's not gamble. I don't think we have the money
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, that's not gamble, but
Plus-
that's a good idea. But why were we here again?
Yeah, we came here for a reason, but there were just too many hot people. I forgot.
Reminder. We came here to kinda inform the boss of this place.
Oh,
that
yeah.
A neutral place is now being taken by Blackhand.
Yeah. And
Such
Who
as-
was the boss?
We can
Question: how loud do you
Question.
say the word?
not really.
clarification. I'm saying this only to the closest people.
They're saying
Around
them
me.
quietly.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but like, did any of you see the boss? Because I don't think they were here. I mean, are they? Okay, they said the second floor was for games and gambling, right? So
But
what about
there's
the third
third
floor?
floor.
You have a decent idea about who may be a second in command.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Inferno guy can be higher levels on the
Higher on the ladder.
society.
Higher on the ladder.
Yeah.
Suggestion. We may order a few drinks at the bar and talk it like a gossip. I'm sure the boss of this place will hear it.
I'm not sure that could be a good idea, but I don't know why, and I cannot
I
explain
had a
repeat.
dream where that went not so well. I don't know. Well,
Okay, that was meta. That was meta again.
yeah. I mean, we
Query.
can ask
Do you have
for
any brighter ideas?
we can ask for maybe not the boss, but his second in command or their second in command, maybe.
You can talk with Inferno.
Yeah, we can if they are.
But what would we
seemingly-
just say? That
Where
We'll
is your
just
boss?
say we want to talk to the boss. And if they ask more, we can just mention what happened back in the inn,
Question.
Diamond Stab.
Why would they carry? Why would
Yeah.
they or not carry? What was the word?
Care.
Care. I'm sorry,
Care.
yeah. Why would
Why
they
would they
care?
care?
Why would they care?
Because that was neutral grounds at Diamond Tap, and if there is somebody else who is trying to claim power, then they might as well be just dead in their eyes. I mean, this is a war of power for them. Don't you know that?
Clarification. I mean, they may care, but is it a valuable enough news for them to let us in? To speak
We'll
with the
learn
boss
that.
face to
If
face?
we don't ask, how can we learn?
I agree with them, Jennifer.
Hopeful statement. I hope this won't be a costly lesson then.
Trust me, bro. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
What could go wrong?
Oh no!
What?
Arasaka members. Arasaka members.
Where
So
we'll
what do you do?
try to find the
We send our
Inferno.
fairy to Inferno to speak.
You send me. Okay. I go to the
The
Infernus.
Infernus is sitting right behind, right next to the bar, just chatting up with people, encouraging them to spend more money and making people buy drinks for him as well.
Oh, okay.
Just just
It's
working
just
people up.
something- Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Hello, gorgeous. How are you?
He just picks you up and down and goes, "Oh, well, I'm not sure how I was before, but I'm better now."
Oh, you have a way with words just like me. So many things in common.
Words. Yeah. I work better with my mouth,
Well, I wouldn't believe it before, seeing it for myself, but sure you do you.
Yeah. I do you, I do me, I do everybody.
Of course.
It's a way of life,
That's the way of life. That's the spirit. Okay, but before we come back to this conversation,
A demand. How nice.
I have some information that the boss of this place might want to learn. How can
Oh.
I reach them?
Well, first you give me the information and the ground hears it first.
Hmm.
You know what they say. The ground have ears.
Sure, but how can I trust that after I tell you the information you want to go back to the boss yourself instead of taking me
Ah.
with you?
That's a good question. And just takes a step towards you and just gets very close to your face and goes, "Why would I trust you? Someone who never showed their face in this place, at least to my knowledge,
Dang.
and take them to the boss. And what if, you try to harm her? Not that you probably can, but
You really think I can harm the boss? Come on. Just how
Just
much of a coward you should be to
Mm.
think of that.
puts his face right next to your ear and goes, "You are pretty, but I know what your kindness capable of, and I no violence when I see it in somebody's eye.
Now, that's just racist. I was really trying to be helpful here. I mean,
Oh,
okay,
how-
I can give you the information, but you'll come back begging and crying and asking for my forgiveness then, all right?
Looks you in the eye, just holds it out his hand for you.
Observation: they both have low survival skills.
Pulls out his hand for you.
Getting gameplay.
No.
Why don't we do this?
Self-protection.
I take you to somewhere private
Mhm.
where the boss can hear us without seeing you.
Sure. But can my friends also come? I'm kinda, well,
Those guys in the back.
they're harmless.
I try to speak to them about Sir Adrian. He was good, yeah, true, yeah.
Yeah, like
Think
I need to learn how to use
what?
sword
Short
like that
swords.
too.
Reminder: I have told you how to be like that. You have to lose weight.
Guys, all right, come here.
If you speak to me like
We-
that,
Let's
again,
go.
oh,
Yeah,
she's
but
calling
we're
out for
going to talk to this gentleman here in somewhere private.
right?
Private.
All right.
You know, it's a the crowd.
All right.
a bit.
Important required clarification. Do I get to keep my clothes on?
You can only wish to take him off, pretty boy, and just start climbing toward it, up the stairs.
Relaxed size.
Starts going up the stairs,
Let
and
me follow him.
you reach the third floor, which is a much calmer place than the rest of this whole ruckus, and there's like a big ebony colored door which appears to be burning
Mhm.
actively but not without harming the wood, and he just
Cool.
that is the boss's room, and we're going to go to the next door so she can hear us while we have this conversation.
All right. Fine by
Is it
me.
your room?
And nope, mine is.
Where is yours?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Hmm?
And just goes into the door.
Hey.
And,
He was
okay,
a-
what's the so important thing?
Okay. Do you guys just want me to continue, or do you like to?
Please.
Go.
continue.
Already. Okay. Me and
You
my
seem to
friends
have a
were-
good chemistry, with low
I mean-
self-preservation skills that you look like you either want to kill each other or do something else at each other, or possibly both at the same time.
Well, me and my friends, my good friends here, we're drinking at an inn, the inn that we're staying. I think you know of Diamond Tap, don't you?
Heard it once or twice.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so popular, and it doesn't. It's not owned by anyone. It's neutral grounds.
It is supposed to be, at least.
Yeah. Well, until today, let's say, because today there was some disturbance at the place. Some guy, some doors, some big guy just came in and asked. Well, they asked for money, and they brought the trouble to the place, which was supposed to be neutral. And even after me and my friends tried to get the hell out of there, they tried to pick on us, which kind of pissed me off. And we thought maybe the boss might want to know about this. Oh, we heard that they were what was it? Black Hands
Black
Man?
Hand.
Yeah.
Oh, that fellow. And he goes to one side of the door, like the room, and he goes tap the walls and go. You heard all this? And after like a good 10 seconds,
Mhm.
the door to the room you're just standing in opens up, and you see this time a female in furnace, the one you've seen before. The boss of this place, a good 2-meter tall ebony furnace with 2 sets of horns that look like a moose. What a moose. Like with a tail longer than your entire body, and like a muscular upper
That's a
body,
lot.
and once again she's dressed very sharply. It just goes in and looks.
Immediately make a small courtesy to greet her.
Wow.
Positive exclamation. Paint
Rabbit.
me red and call me Dracona.
Rabbit.
Looks at you.
Hello, milady.
That was some valuable information. That I agree. Goes. He looks at the other Infernus and goes, Stefan, you go back downstairs. Keep on with the guests. I'll talk to these group of fine people. And Stefan,
My horns are visible, by the way. I don't I didn't put my hood on.
Stefan just goes, yes, ma'am. Just exits through the door.
I whisper after him, I'll come find you. This is not over here.
She just, without turning around, points a finger at you and goes, I hope the first pound happens. I'm not sure about the second, though.
Well. No. I can take a stress if I cannot seduce him. But that's
No.
not for today's.
What did you exactly say? Do you know?
I know. No.
He just goes out, and you're left with the boss.
Yeah.
Oops.
And just, do you have any way to prove to me that son of a bitch just went and claimed the piece from the neutral ground?
Their man should be there, I think.
No.
Maybe.
Even if they're not, probably if you talk to the bartender, they will tell you everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, here's what we're gonna do. I'll order Stefan to go with you to this place to do diamond tap. And if he comes back to me with proof, I'm gonna do very bad things to that racist son of a bitch. And meaning implying the black hand.
Mhm.
And for the rest of you, why all that effort bringing that information to me? What do you want? Coin?
Like we.
We thought you're a good guy.
Zzz.
She's a woman.
It's a woman.
She's a
Woman.
lady.
Apology. Apology. We did not mean any disrespect. Clarification. We hope that by serving you in this case, we may also secure a place within your ranks.
Oh, so you need, let's say, employment.
Well, yeah. I mean, barding is, yeah, it makes money, but at some point you need a job. Let's say,
Everybody needs a place to play
of course.
regularly, at the very least.
And when the
It needs to
inn
be a
you're
regular show.
playing at, when the inn you're playing at, which is
I'm
supposed
still-
to be neutral grounds, is just claimed by some guy named Blackhand, it
Yeah.
pisses a bard off.
Makes sense. When you mentioned the bard part, I think I remember you from somewhere, don't I?
You do? Of course. Well, I played for you, milady. I would be hurt if you didn't remember me.
I remember you. Can't say the same for the rest of you, but hey. Why don't we agree on something? After this is done, after midnight, I'm going to give Stefan to your ranks for today. You get there, you get me information. And there's supposed to be a shipment today. that the Black Hand may be interested in.
Hmm.
But truly, he's a horrible human being. So, what I want you to do is just make sure he doesn't get the package.
Yes, of course we can do that, but if it's not too rude to ask, what is the shipment, my lady? It's okay if you don't want to say it. I'm just a curious fairy. What can you do?
I know. One thing, honey. When you are the boss, you don't really have to deal with all the details.
Hmm.
There's people for that.
Hmm.
Ask Stefan. He probably knows.
Okay,
So
I'll ask him.
you have an hour and a half before midnight. Joy. Just exit room, and as she's exiting, you see quite so neatly to her back that you couldn't see it from front. A great sword, a good 2 meter tall great sword, made entirely out of some dark crystal, maybe obsidian.
Mommy.
And you see like there's flames burning inside the blade. And she just exits the room.
I'll ask Stefan.
Betrothal of fish. I wish I could get rid of those clothes. But anyway.
Just goes back into her room, and you're back on you. The stage is back on you, Bells.
Let's find Stefan.
Mhm.
Are all Infernus like this?
Like what?
This?
What are you trying to say?
This?
It's not nice to judge people based on their ancestries, you know. That's
I'm half Infernus too, you know.
true. I mean, you always look like an angel to me, so what do I know?
I just make a hand move to the Daggerheart, and we try to silently slip away while these two are arguing over this.
You manage, I guess.
I still
Uh,
have my self-preservation skills up top. Yes, I remembered the word.
As you are reaching back, like you're sanding back the floors, do you want to spend any time at the second floor, or are you just gonna go back to the first floor?
I'm not gonna gamble.
No, not him.
Are there any tables that with the card game I love, or I know it's ridiculous,
This is
but
the
chess?
proper gambling saloon.
Okay, then it does not.
Nothing that looks anything intellectual.
Okay, it's then it does not.
Do we see anybody familiar in the second floor?
A couple people that you once or twice saw at the tap.
Mm.
Some a little, not a little, a big guy that looks like a gorilla who was once a bouncer around the like, to the place next to the diamond tap.
Mhm.
And he was a decent guy, but the entire place burned down, so he was jobless after that, and he just moved on. But yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Then I just realized I forgot to mention one thing about my character, that I have a familiar. It is
What?
a bunny made out.
Bro forgets his familiar for like,
What?
It's
How
a
can
bunny
you
made
forget
out
your
of
child?
bushes. It It's appeared while I was experimenting on a magic. It says it's from another dimension, that it is eternally 1 year old, a field marshal, a special forces member, and a war veteran. But he says he cannot access any of his powers because of this trans-dimensional accident,
Aw.
and his name is Kamil.
Can
I don't care.
or can he just speak to you?
I leave that to GM.
he can speak. He can speak, but he doesn't really
He
want to
just
speak
doesn't-
to
he
you.
doesn't give a fuck. Okay.
There's a singular daisy on his head, and there's a single bee that coming to this daisy, then leaving some honey to him, and then moving away.
Okay.
He's my cutie.
And it don't work. I'm actually.
Yeah. I'm not commenting on this.
Descend this one more floor into the first floor back again. You see Stefan.
Yeah.
Doing some uh, sort of talk to like a couple of the patrons, just getting their attention, and while he's doing the talk, he's just like, "Oh, just bring another drink," and just ordering more drinks and putting the drinks on their taps
Mhm.
from side, and just doing what he does best, making money using his mouth.
Yeah.
So, what's your next step when you're at the first floor? There is a good 10 minutes more until the next show.
There's a good what?
10
10 minutes.
minutes before the next show.
Okay. I mean, we're supposed to go talk to him and say what the lady wanted us to say.
Suggestion. It would be better if you speak with him. You do seem to have the same searching frequency.
Well,
You guys are on the same page.
are we though? I don't know about that, but let's see. Okay.
Entering the therapist mode. I'm sure.
Why do you have a therapist mode?
It's the codes.
Was made for war. Do soldiers do
war
not need
therapist.
any therapeutical advice?
Optical advice.
Therapeutic.
If they did have, if they thought about that, then just
That's
don't
out
make
of
wars.
context. But let's leave all this alone. This is about you. This is about how you feel towards
It's
him.
about all of us. Come on. We're gonna be employed after
Suggestion.
guys.
Be more open to him. Let him
Okay,
see
then
the
let's
parts of
go
you
as
that
a
you
group.
show no one
Yeah, let's
else.
go as a group.
That's how relationships works. Exiting the therapist mode.
Okay. I think we approach the guy. I say we
Yeah.
approach from behind and
As you're hustling, you just turn around, and talking to a couple patrons, and he goes, "Oh, look what the cat direct here," and just grabs you by the waist and just
Observation. There are no
good
cats.
friend of
in here.
mine. Whispers into him.
Jennifer. Stephanie.
That was Juniper.
Oh.
She's a bard, a very talented one. We're actually thinking of you should totally hear what she has. Her skills.
Yes,
uh,
maybe
well,
another day when we have the time, right? Now, you know, we have an urgent thing to talk. You see?
I don't think it's for midnight.
How do you know about the midnight?
That room is for hearing.
Prayer at midnight.
I hear things too.
I
One
thought
side
you
of
were
the
supposed to you're supposed to come downstairs and take care of the guests though.
I got 2 years.
Hmm.
And just like shows you off to the patrons, and patrons are like very interested in you. Obviously, some reasons. They look very interested in you. Hey, one of the female patrons who is like a human woman who looks like she's in her 40s, very well dressed with golden earrings and such, and goes, "Oh, this place is. It's been a long time since I heard a good bard song. Can you play us one, darling?"
Well, should I? I mean, I would love to entertain you, but well, my violin needs some, encouragement for that.
Yeah, she's doing your things here.
Requesting clarification. Violence do not work with encouragement.
Shh, not violence.
Hush.
I'm trying to gain our money back.
Reconfiguring. Reconfiguring.
Stefan looked at you and,
Reconfiguring.
"Oh, of course. I'm pretty sure that our guests wouldn't mind a drink for a bard song, right?" And goes,
Toss a coin to your bard.
makes a hand to one of the waiters and bring everybody a drink, would you?
Yay. Free drinks. Not free, I'm working for it, but yay. Free drinks.
And and the woman just goes, "Make it something quality, would you, my dear?"
Of course.
To the waiter, not you.
I
And
mean, I would obviously do something of quality, so.
as you're like spending time, you're just playing some song to them. a very upstandard drink comes around, a cocktail that none of you can afford. None of you have been able to afford in the last 2 weeks.
I'm gonna go ahead and while I am playing, I'm gonna make it a heartbreaking song so that my allies can gain hopes.
Okay.
Just
And-
like
By the time you're ending the song, like the patrons who were listening to you just
I also gain a
have
hope.
like get teary and everything because it's a heartbreaking song, you know.
Uh-huh.
And Stefan goes, wonderful performance. Truly wonderful
Thank
performance.
you. Thank you
Wonderful,
for flattering me.
wonderful.
Until next time, my good friends.
And
I'm short circuiting in the back because of the tears that's soaking to my circuits.
he goes to you and whispers,
You don't even tear up.
we are gonna leave halfway through the show. When you see the performer
Restart required.
throw somebody up in the air, just get out of the bar. Meet me back.
Up?
This is gonna be entertaining. Just wait.
Okay. Okay.
Just leave the place and meet me at the back. And now I have a show to declare. You know.
Mhm.
And he goes, as the lights go out once again, he goes, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, we, for you, have our final show of the night. I would like to welcome the Burgundy Brothers to show you their might and their grace. As two giants enter the stage, they
That guy, it's your guy.
doing all kinds of acrobatic things that a standard human body couldn't just do on its own. And they're extremely elastic for their sizes, and they're just doing a whole gymnastic show, and it's wonderful. At one point, towards like 25 minutes into the show, one of the brothers goes, any volunteers for the next move? And one of the one lady who is barely legal, you just goes and
The 99-year-old elf pro.
Yeah.
and one of the brothers just go throw her into the air, and as he's throwing him into the air, and you catch the brother who's throwing, do a little magic to make the turn the high ceiling into an illusion. And she goes through the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, did your cue?
All right, we need to throw somebody up in the air. That's
Mm.
what the Stefan guy
I
told us.
No.
Kidding.
When somebody's thrown in the air,
Yeah,
you get
that-
out.
Yeah,
Okay.
you draw someone in there.
You
said,
told us to throw somebody up in the
Check
air.
your words, dude. Anyway, then
This is what I meant.
asked for clarification. I
Yes,
told
yeah,
you, should I
you-
throw up somebody in the air? And you said, okay, this is gonna
it's
be
gonna
fun.
be. Yeah, you just said that.
Yeah,
I do.
That-
you probably didn't
You
hear
did.
us then. You
Okay.
did. We have records.
Okay, we'll check the records. then.
yes, Your Honor. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
it.
Then
Yeah.
we go up.
as soon as someone is thrown towards up,
Torn up into the
torn
air,
up,
you
then
just leave.
we running.
Do I
running.
like? I'm.
People, I don't know. What are they doing?
I throw
Wait.
Kamil to his bonk.
Oh, Kamil. Kamil? Kamil? Kamil, what's up, Kamil? Kamil? Kamil!
Gabby just looks at you and whispers into your ear. Meow,
Meow.
Oh, right. Let's go.
meow.
Ah, he's so cute.
Okay, we go
You're,
to
you're
the alley
playing better.
to meet the internist guy.
You get. What?
What?
What did you say?
What did I say? He doesn't listen to us, guys. You see it.
We
I
need
just
to.
said we're going to the alley to meet the Infernus guy.
Named.
Stefan.
Stefan.
You meet Stefan in the back, Ali. He goes, I am not really sure what I was chosen for this mission. I'm not usually the one who goes to do things of violent nature, you know.
We are also like kind of confused. Like, aren't you the second in command?
Oh no, I'm far from it. I am
Oh.
only close to the boss because she is my mother, so
Ah.
Mother's
That
Day.
explains the good genetics. Right.
yeah, everybody says the same. Well, you
that's
should have seen my father too.
Oh, what a shame.
Where is your father?
Dad.
You don't ask
Mm.
these kinds of things.
Realigning
though?
the trajectory towards the aim. Standing by.
Anyways, we should probably get going.
Yeah.
In the meantime, this it's gonna be a long ride. And right, I said we're not walking there. And he goes, comes out onto the main street as he's talking, and he goes,
You
Whistle.
cannot
"Somebody
do the
make
whistle.
things up." And horse carriage appeared in front of the pulls up in front of the building, so you can enter.
Mhm.
As you enter, he goes, "Any questions during the ride?"
Yeah.
We are on a stealing mission, right?
Not
Well,
stealing.
first
right
we're
now.
gonna prove that
Yeah.
Chaz did it. But then, if he's the one who did it, then we're gonna steal things.
Then we are gonna steal.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you know anyone, any Infernus guys who has some trouble, who had some dealings with Rivet Mafia?
Rabbit Mafia.
Well,
You said the thing.
well, they live in the upper parts of the city, and I don't. So no, not really.
Okay. No, nice, but
Maybe mother does, but no, not me.
maybe one day I can escort you.
My
Oh.
self-preservation limiter is preventing me from asking the question I want to ask. We can move on.
Just ask it.
Denied.
Okay.
Then don't say you have a question because we are all wondering here.
This is an automated message that I have to say.
Rabbit,
This is gonna be a long road, isn't it?
rabbit.
It will. It
It's
will
about
be.
50
Well,
minutes.
anybody want a drink during this?
Oh,
Do
of
you have?
course. I will get some
Have any?
milk.
Pulls out a bottle of
Yeah, of course.
good wine and
No.
It's wine.
Okay.
Not wine, bro.
I'm not a
Come on, you're
bra.
a big guy. You can handle some wine.
Nah.
That's
Just give me some milk. The best
Carry
drink.
milk around. This
Offer.
place. Come on.
Offer. Hand me the wine. I pour a glass for him, and then using prestidigitation, I lower the alcohol amount and make it a little more milky in taste. Can I do that?
Oh, that's a good idea. But Maybe your
Mhm.
magic, you're gonna need it. Let me handle that. And
Mhm.
straight turns the color, the taste, and the alcohol around into the milk.
Exclamation sounds. Whoa.
I do a little bit of magic myself.
Can I also have
Done.
some wine from this fine gentleman?
For the perfect glass of wine, which is a very hard skill on a moving carriage.
Yeah. Mhm.
I lean towards her and query, is this the part where we tell them to get a room?
Not right now. Maybe later.
Understood.
This is like a 5 feet space. She knows I can hear him, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Clarification. I was trying to be
Emman, you're being
I was
rude.
trying to be polite after I was 2 times warned about my rudeness today.
Yeah, this is gonna be our third.
Yeah, you
Would you
called-
like to file a complaint about my rudeness?
I
too?
will. If you continue.
Record it.
you called me fat 2 times today.
That is not one way to talk to a lady.
All right.
That is
Clarification.
not one way to talk about anybody.
Clarification required. In battlefields, people die because they are fat. I want her to live.
You haven't. You have seen
Before
how I
he
fight.
gets cancelled, actually, we move on. After like a 15-minute carriage ride to right in front of the diamond tap.
Yes.
You, as you're all getting out of the cart, he uses like a tiny bit of magic to teleport himself out of the carriage and near the
Show off. Show off.
That's called a job, honey. Something you don't have yet.
Oh,
Query: is this also being rudeness?
That's called being snarky.
I actually said it out of the character.
How would I know that?
My voice changes like this.
Hey,
We're gonna get used to it. This is our first session.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Plus, when you close your mouth, it doesn't.
Oh wow.
Okay, this place is worse than I remember it being.
Yeah.
Lead the way.
Hope they're still in here.
It's been a few hours, right?
Yeah, good like 3-4 hours now.
4 hours, but the going there took one.
The
and
shows take a lot of time. I just gave you the breaks. The shows take time.
Okay,
Oh boy.
so we look inside.
What do we see?
The same 3 people that got in the bar this morning. The big guy and 2 dwarfs.
Still, they're still in there.
They're on a table. Well, caring of all the other customers, so they're the only table.
Mm-hmm.
And just eating a lot of fine food and drinking the most expensive things the bar owner has, and just making his life harder by the second, you can see.
I feel like a little kid now, nagging at his mom. Mom, yeah, this was the guy who stole my inn. Please slap him.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but that two right there looks like the Black Hand.
Yep, that's a black
That's
hand.
exactly the 3 men I mentioned.
Snarky comment. No, idiot. It is clearly a tail.
You're starting to get it. Okay then. We should report this. I will
You
report
already
this.
did that. Yeah.
I will report this to Mama. And should we take care of these guys while we're here too?
Low power to logic
Yes.
circuits. Entering the battle mode.
I
Yeah.
Don't
thought
we
you'll never ask that.
take care of-
That I like. And for your information, I'm not really the greatest at combat, but I will help you as much as I can. So,
Don't worry about that, buddy.
so
We got
this-
plenty in here.
This is about to be a combat scenario, which we don't have time for this before the break. So we're gonna have a break, and after that, we're going for the combat.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. As our smoky band of bandits, was it?
Huh?
Smoky little bandits, yes.
Yeah.
As our smoky little bandits goes
Okay.
back into
Before
Private,
backing,
adventure. For backing,
backing.
what do you mean backing?
back to the
Before going back to
yeah.
That.
Yeah.
yeah.
That.
Okay. I need to state some things. My character Daggerheart is old Firbolg. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all.
Old verbal. Okay.
Yeah.
Old purple.
He's
Okay,
also
Uncle.
guardian.
Okay,
Or-
Ankh.
The Guardiello.
Yeah, guardian.
Okay.
Okay, Ankh.
I guess you should know.
But how old though? Are you older than
Old.
me?
Probably.
Are you
Old,
sure?
mature. And okay.
Old.
Third quarter of his lifespan, let's say.
Okay.
Mathematical answer.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
As you get back into the battle site.
Mhm.
For the combat part of Daggerheart, there is no initiative.
Yay!
How do we go on? I'm going to start the spotlight on you guys since you very hastily start the battle.
Okay, can I start?
And for the battle, we're going to use but, this specific card as a spotlight.
Okay.
Have a spotlight.
We have it.
Can we do that?
That's to
Okay, then I'm gonna start.
start then.
I bring my fancy shield and take my mace, open the door, and charge into them.
You charge in, which is supposed to,
Firbolg feature.
which does.
When I succeed an agility roll to move for far or very far range into melee range, I deal damage.
To everyone.
Everyone. The
melee range.
Yeah. I should also mark the stress if I am going to deal damage. And first, I'm gonna do ability check. Right?
Against?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Okay, go. The difficulty is 13 for this one.
Okay, I have a +1 on agility check. Then it is
Critical.
critical
again.
success. 2
Okay,
fours.
you deal double the damage.
And it's again
No,
for
you
4.
don't deal double the damage. Do you remember how did we deal double
Yeah.
damage?
Maybe
Add
dice are
d6.
broke.
Oh no! I take a full damage
Full
and an
damage die.
extra
Dice.
damage roll.
Then you roll for damage.
You need a die.
Okay. I hope
To everybody in the melee range, right?
Yeah. Uh, since I'm going to do deal damage, I'm gonna mark a stress, but due to the other firewall feature, I'm gonna roll a
Mhm.
d6. If I get a 6, I do not mark any stress,
Okay.
All right then.
which is a 3. And deal some damage, which is 13 in total.
Don't you already have
12 plus 1.
Do
I
you
roll one.
must have some bonuses, don't
But
you?
don't you
So
roll
say
equal to your
Does it-
proficiency?
physical-
Yeah,
it
you
don't say
you also
physical damage.
No, don't you don't
you also roll equal to, like, you have
No, I took maximum and damage roll. That-
It
that
should-
prof-
oh yeah, it's not with proficiency. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Hey,
Are we done? Yep.
Hello,
13
your turn.
damage.
going to be a major damage for this fella.
Fella or fellas?
Fellas.
For the big guy, it's major damage.
Ah, okay.
For the smaller guys, it's also a major damage. For the dwarves. So, I'm going to use a fear.
Of course you do.
As
Just
you
spend all
charge
your
in, you throw your mace around.
Spotlight's on you.
You throw your mace around to deal a good amount of damage to all of them. And the big guy
Let's
goes,
fight!
I thought I liked you. I don't anymore. Pulls a whole 2 punches at you.
Already.
What is your evasion?
Evasion is 6.
Both of them hit you for. First is a 15 damage. Second is 23 damage.
Okay, 1 minor and my major. Now I'm just gonna spend 2 of my armor slots to get a total of 1
Okay.
HP.
And then the people with the axes,
Mhm.
the dwarves with the axes, are gonna axe you. Okay, that's double
Axe who?
natural 20s.
X who?
Next one.
Him.
Oh.
Oh.
You're looking at her.
Yeah, I thought they were going to X me.
This 25 damage from the first hit,
Yeah.
27 damage from the second hit.
Okay, they're dealing so much damage, but I'm tanky enough. I am spending another 2 of my armor slots to get a total of 2 HP.
And okay,
They're hitting
I'm going to
hard,
use
though.
another fear.
James is
Spotlight's
trying to
back.
kill us at this point.
Spotlight's back on new people.
Okay.
Who's wanna
Yeah,
go?
you are strong, pals.
Who wanna go?
Okay, I'm entering. So, I enter behind him, but not as fast as him. Stop. About the entrance. Reminder: I told you to not charge in blindly in fights. Then I make a spellcast roll against the big guy.
So 13.
Okay, let's see. It's oh no, I think it does not hit. It's 9. Yeah, it's total of 12 with hope.
Okay, you get your hope, but that's it. And who wants spotlight?
You? Yeah. Okay, I can. I also charge into the melee range.
Mhm.
Melee
Melee.
range. Then I take like a broadsword to one hand and a short sword to my secondary hand, and I'm going. Okay. I'm going to attack the dwarf with my primary hand, which is my
Okay.
left hand. I mean, Kasal's left hand. 14 with fear.
That's it. But I get a fear.
We lost this spotlight.
I hit.
Yep.
Okay, then I will.
I know, I get to go.
I will mark stress. Then I'm hitting. Seven,
25. 25.
10 damage. Yeah, from 3d8 I dealt 10 damage.
Wow.
Fuck. Yeah.
Good job. Good job, my rabbit friend.
Which is a minor damage for the big guy. And yeah, he's gonna take that.
Can I attack with my other hand, or if I rolled with fear, you take it back? Take the spotlight back.
That I take it back.
But it was in my middle of my.
Action, yeah.
So the thing is, he's gonna scream. The big guy is gonna scream very loudly.
Rabbit.
Oh,
Uh,
he's dog.
All of you who are in the
He's
far
so
range, which is
happy.
basically all of you,
Mm-hmm.
roll me a presence roll.
Of course. So it's still 2d12, right?
Present? Why present?
Can we ask the check? What's the check?
Present.
You'll see.
I gain another hope, but my hopes are full.
18 with fear.
Just for
Okay.
7.
I use my ability, bold presence.
It's 11 with fear.
14 with hope.
14 with hope.
18 with fear.
This is a reaction roll. You don't get to say hope or
Okay.
fear.
18
Right.
then.
Okay,
Okay.
11.
Okay, then we don't get hope.
Who are under 13?
Not time. 14. With
I'm-
hope.
I'm left.
14.
Okay, only you.
You?
Seems only me.
18.
You lose a hope, and I get a fear.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
That's OP.
That's
That's
kinda
OP, yeah. 4 it can be gave you 4 fears
Yep,
at the same time.
and
Yeah.
lose you for hope. This is a big guy.
Okay.
This is a big guy.
The grappling mechanic in this system.
Yeah, some people do. Some sort of restraining you.
Why can't I roll?
And one of the X guys is gonna attack you, and the other is gonna attack you.
Rah.
And I missed you, which is very odd. And I got a crit on you. I'm critting like hell today. So
Me.
15 plus
Of
3,
course. Everything.
18. 18 damage.
Good thing I'm a tank.
But
18 damage.
Major damage. I'm gonna use my armor slot.
okay. I'm gonna use another fear.
How much to me?
No, he
I
missed
missed you.
you.
I missed you.
He rolled like
less than
not
8,
one.
6 probably.
He rolled like not one or something.
2. So I'm gonna use another fear too.
Just,
Use the X guy's
And the-
ability.
Unlucky.
just broke.
uh, hit you
Me? Okay.
2 times.
Wonderful.
Both heads. Or
They hit me relentlessly and we can't do any shit.
I'm trying to kill you, but I'm gonna do some shit, don't worry.
4. Total or 16 from the first hit and 14 from the second hit. And as much as the damage you take from each attack, you also mark a stress for it.
If I'm going to use armor and take no damage,
You
just-
still mark stress. You can keep the damage off, but you still mark a stress.
yeah.
All right. The spotlight is back on you people.
Okay.
Thankfully, go.
Can I have it? Yes.
Before you roll any fears, I am using my frontline tank
Mhm.
guardian ability to spend my 3 of my hopes to gain 2 armor slots.
Sure.
Okay. And with the spotlight's back on us, on me, I'm gonna whisper towards Dakai. Okay, I forgot
Yeah.
your name. Dakai, you're not here. I'm gonna make a spell casting. He's gonna be invisible if I succeed.
Do you have a DC on that?
Well, it says like here. I think it's 10 because in parentheses it is 10. Then I'm just gonna roll it and add my presence, I guess.
Yep. That's your spellcasting ability.
18 with hope. What? No, it's not. 18 with hope.
That succeeds.
Yes.
He's now invisible.
So you're invisible, and since you're invisible, you can't be seen except through magical means, and attack rolls against you are made with disadvantage now.
Okay, that's cool.
Yes.
Will it be the end of your turn? Will it be the end of your turn?
If you still let me do something else,
Go.
I can keep playing my violin, flying around to give all of you guys a rally.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, I'm doing that then.
How many people can you rally? Everyone?
Everyone, all my party
Are you
members.
rallying 7?
Yeah, I'm gonna rally him too.
Okay.
So you all have. Oh wait, I'm not a level 1 now. I have. Okay. No, it
D6,
still
yeah.
doesn't change. Okay, you all have a D6 that you can use it to use as something to add to your action roll, reaction roll, damage roll, or you can just use it to clear a number of stress equal to the result.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's nice.
And that's it.
Oh. And Stefan have the spotlight.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
I also give myself one of these. That's great. I love being a bard here.
Stefan's gonna just get inside, take a couple steps to the side,
Mhm.
and go right. Hi. And he's gonna spend the hope to make a spellcast roll, which is I need another d12, people.
I told you. I Purple.
Succeed with hope. Every target near him, which is the 3 people in very close range, take 2d8 plus 4 damage, plus 2 damage. On everyone. Which is going to be which is going to be a major damage for everyone else. And he's gonna pass the spotlight to any of you because he rolled with hope.
Oh.
And I'm low on fear, so I'm not going to take it back from him.
I rolled it and I forgot to take my.
So,
Would we still have the spotlight?
Yes, you do.
may I? I will try it again. And this time I'm aiming the one of the dwarves that is looking better than the other. Is there such, or they look?
Yeah, one of them is unharmed,
Okay.
pretty much.
Oh, wait.
Other than
Okay,
Stefan's
I
down.
take the harmed one. Then I'm aiming
Okay.
towards the harmed one, and making a spellcast roll. It's 15, 18 with hope. Also, I gain another hope by rolling 7.
Oh.
It's 18 with hope.
Okay, that hits.
Then you can
I use that. Yeah, that. But I'm at my limit. I used one hope to use bolt beacon on the harmed dwarf. It will hit for 2d8 plus 2 damages. It's wow. 15 damages, 15 magic damage. And he's now vulnerable.
which
Okay.
means
When you
You have advantage on
hit him, yeah. And since I rolled with hope, if he does not use a fear, we still have the spotlight
Can I go now?
on you.
You can go now.
I'm going to hit the dwarf in front of me with my primary weapon again.
Which is the vulnerable one.
Okay.
Just so you know.
rivet, my friend, rivet. Try their heads.
Sixteen?
16 and
Plus?
20 with hope.
Wow.
The math.
Yeah, the math is not mathing. And I'm going to add your rally dice to my damage. Damage.
Okay.
4 for 8. It 14 damage to the
14 damage, which is a major damage for the guy, and he's starting to go low.
Hmm.
And up, since each and every one of you played, I'm going to take back the thing. Thank you. And what I'm going to do is the big guy is gonna, he's kind of low and kind of goes into a frenzy. He's just screaming nonsense at this point, and he's just gonna go spend. I'm gonna spend 1 here to use everyone in very close range, which consists of currently Stefan, you two, and any of you.
I'm flying. I don't think I'm very
I
close.
was at the back and I did not move forward.
Okay, the 3 of you are gonna take 65 damage.
65?
In total or
In total.
everyone?
Each and every one of you. Stefan's gonna use an armor die
Individually.
and still the severe damage for him. Cause we are using the option rule. If this is twice your severe threshold
Mm-hmm.
to damage, you take 4 points. You mark 4
Oh,
points.
you didn't tell us that.
I told you that 3 times.
No.
This is the first time I'm hearing that.
No.
60 what?
65.
5.
Exactly one.
Away from my twice my threshold.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to say. Okay.
It is like 3 times of my severe threshold.
God, I'm glad I was flying.
And God, I'm glad I was away.
I use one of my armor slots.
I'm down. And I'm not down, I'm low.
Okay.
Just wait.
Mm.
I will do my shit.
Your shit.
I use one of my armor slots too.
Oh wait, so does the dwarves take the damage? Because you're just blindly attacking everywhere.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So
That's
Um,
better.
one of the dwarves died, pro.
I wish I have conjured the
Yeah,
beetle.
one of the dwarves die horribly. And the other is
By their teammate.
What was the damage class? Minor, major, severe, and
just double. We don't have a name for
Okay.
that.
I'll use to make it severe, and I'm gonna use my get back up ability. I am gonna mark a stress to make it major, and I'm gonna use another armor slot from Stalwart to make it minor.
Bro's using everything.
Okay, the remaining
And-
dwarf.
Wait. I'm not done. I say my rivet friend that get behind Kadayf. Dakayf and I use my I am your shield ability
Okay.
to reduce mark stress. Firstly.
No, that's crooked.
Okay. You're getting very low on stress.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Come on.
he's attacking me now.
Okay, 65 more damage.
I'm gonna use.
Are you
My-
sure?
I'm all. I also am. Okay.
I called them from behind. Kasao, I will try. Sorry, wait a minute. I'm trying to get into the role.
You are doing something. You are doing something.
Warning.
Are doing something.
Yeah, I'm doing. I'm gonna mark 2 of my
Armor.
armor slots and make it major damage from the horde.
So I'm not taking any damage?
Yeah.
I already took damage.
Became your shield.
Yeah.
So I'm
Uh,
not taking any damage.
And the damage. Yeah.
I'm calling
He
from
made
behind.
his attack twice on me. I just tanked 130 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Warning, Kasao, I will try to give you an opening. Prepare yourself.
I still have the spotlight. Too.
Okay, I just called. Why
Uh,
do you keep telling me that? Why are you hurting my feelings? I know you have the goddamn spotlight, man. I'm not blind.
you know what? I'm gonna use another fear to spotlight the two more enemies who come from the
Rabbit.
behind. And they're both gonna attack you.
Okay,
Rabbit.
Which is another natural 20.
Okay.
Got them
Come
on streak.
just kill me
on.
and send me away from this game.
Okay, I should have used my
I think
unstoppable.
Kill me once. kill
Darrington
me
Press
twice.
didn't make this game for GMs that roll 20s on streak. Like
Okay, how much damage I'm taking?
I don't think this game is meant for taking 123 damage on one hit.
19 for the first attack.
I'm gonna die.
Oops,
I should have used my unstoppable. I was saving it.
why are you saying
First one,
rage?
18 for
you guys.
second one.
Okay, so I am burning 2 armor slots to drop them from severe damage to major damage, and I am losing 4 HP.
You're
Okay,
losing 4 HP.
and the X
Four?
2 major damage
Mm,
for each.
okay.
And people, what we're going to be doing is the X guy who's still up is going to attack you with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow hits because 6 is not very high,
Yeah.
not a very high number to hit.
Yeah.
And he's going to be where is he? Again, okay. He's going to be doing 10 damage. It's probably minor for you.
Yeah, it's
By the way, when you became her shield, you took an action, right, to do that?
No, it's like a reaction.
It's not okay because since my presence is free, I am able to make you invisible for 3 of your actions. So you can you can just have 3 actions until you stop being invisible. So I have to count that. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
But it's
Oh,
like a reaction.
next is spotlight back on you, people.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to use a token to clear one of your stress. Clear one of your stress.
Thanks.
I'm dying over here.
Can I also do something? Okay.
But just a quick.
Let me stay
Okay,
alive.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my shit and other shit. I'm gonna use my another ability called a Soldier's Bond, and tell Kasua, you do great, but I am getting a hard situation. I am in a hard situation here. Just take it from here.
Which
And-
means
which
Yeah.
means we both get 3 hopes. And
Soldier's
we
Bond.
how much hope?
Free.
3 hopes each other. Each
All right. It's a one per
I'm-
session ability.
long rest ability.
Okay.
Yeah.
Long rest. So I get my 3 hopes and spend immediately
To use
Yeah.
unstoppable.
not the unstoppable, use frontline tank ability and get back 2 of my armor slots again.
Isn't
Okay.
that once a session?
Say anything
Yeah.
like that. None of
Just my
them.
class
say
Just use your
anything like
hopes to
that.
do that. You don't
You
have to
Okay.
wait.
You just use your hopes.
Okay.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Let's go.
And before you do that, I will just spend the hope and warm. No, my market stress and conjure beetles around me, just like there are like beetles around me to take damage. That was it. Go, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Not much. I will call out to the Kaif and say, "Big guy, we know you're strong, but you don't have to do this alone. You got this." And with this, I'm using inspirational words, and you can clear stress.
Yeah, it's my HB. I am alright with stresses.
Oh, is that so? Okay. I mean, that's meta. I'm sorry, I cannot
I'm
do
dying over
that.
I mean, your stress is also like
If I deal like 5 stress damage, are you dead?
What?
If I deal
He's
5
got
stress to you.
armors. Come on.
No, if I deal 5 stress, you cannot reduce that shit.
Yeah.
Are you dead? From 5
Yeah.
stress.
he has
Stress
four
is more
stress
im-
left.
more
Contain
important.
6 containers and now have
Okay.
4 of them clear. And
Okay,
I also have an D6 that reduce.
how much HP do you have?
Why do you ask, GM?
3.
Why do you ask?
Okay, no big deal, no big deal.
After that,
Also 4
you're
armor
still invisible,
slots.
by the way. After that, I use my trait I spend 3 hopes, and I use make a scene to temporarily distract the target within close range. So I'm gonna fly close to them, to the dwarves, and I'm
One
going to
dwarf is
distract
alive.
them. No, yeah, not the dwarf. I'm sorry, the big guy. Okay, I'm gonna distract the big guy by creating a
Which
scene.
means
I'm gonna wait a minute. Come on. I'm gonna fly around him like an annoying fly and make
Alright.
these sounds with my violin that sound broke, so they will annoy him, and this will distract him, and it will give him a -2 penalty on his difficulty.
fuck, you should have done that first.
Yeah, I mean, I never had the chance.
Okay,
What?
other side from the fact that you just used 2 actions, can good old Stefan have the action?
Okay.
Go on, Stefan.
He's gonna rain another pair of blades using another hope. For another. He succeeds on the spellcraft check. Okay, but it's rolling good. Plus 4
Enough, GM, enough.
No, this is
I'm-
Stefan.
Okay.
He actually kills the other dwarf, and big guy is looking very bad at the current moment. And the spotlight is he rolled with hope. In
Can I take it?
sure,
If
Yeah,
you
you
had-
have guys around.
Okay.
you that I think.
Let me check this once. Okay, this has no saves and all the better. I'm marking a stress to
mark 2 more.
What?
They have the ability where if there's somebody close in their close range marks a stress, they mark
Oh, okay.
1 more.
and now they're not in my close range. I just pushed them back. And
One more.
yeah, rune circle.
Yeah.
And I just dealt
Oh,
Ooh.
crit damage.
no, not crit. I'm sorry. It's
That's
just
the damage.
16 magic damage.
16 magic.
And
Alright.
Oh, it's a damage. Okay.
This this circle stays and they cannot enter again.
Sure. Good. There's 2. Actually, wait.
Warning, stay away for your safety.
We move on. They're dead.
They're dead.
All of them?
No, the big guy still stands, but the 2 of them died.
So
Okay.
it went something like this. I warned them, stabbed my sword to ground, and suddenly they disintegrated from the existence.
But you feel very stressful right now. Because when you kill them, you also mark another stress. So you kill both of them, so you just mark 2 more stresses.
Okay, let me check.
You don't die,
Okay.
do you?
No, I don't die yet.
Die.
The keyword is yet.
Yet. Is the
Okay.
spotlight still on us?
Did you roll? Okay, did you? So yeah. To be perfectly honest with you, I have no fear left, so it's on you.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I use my inspirational words again for you this time. I say, you got this. Don't go dying on us now.
Somebody just please hit the big guy. He's gonna die.
I'm not gonna hit.
I'm gonna hit.
How much stress
You-
I'm
One. You
One.
can clear one
Okay.
stress.
Okay,
Or
I'm
one
gonna-
hit point, whichever you would prefer.
I prefer stress.
I'm gonna hit twice to the big guy.
Yeah.
With both of my because I have 2 swords and you don't let me do both of my actions.
The DC just became 11.
Okay. So I'm also going to then roll the damage first, then going to.
Whoa,
Oh,
crit.
The second one is crit.
Woohoo.
What's your minimum damage?
Remove stress.
To be perfectly honest, he has 1 HP left. He's died.
5
He's dead anyway.
from the first attack, and if I take the critical, 11 from the second attack.
Okay, how do you want to do this? Because he's dead.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm stealing that shit. I'm using your system, Matt. How do you want to do this?
Yay!
Yay!
Oh.
Because we are using his kill cam
Kill cam.
for the first time on me. Oh my god!
Bruno's killing something for the first time in his life.
Daggerheart.
You go for
not
girl.
Not once. Oh my god, we don't have not once in the system.
Yeah.
Instead, we have fears.
You rolled.
I don't know which one is better. Fears or natural one.
I'm going to like
okay.
attack on his like waist from my like hand, and when I attack it, I'm going to like take it, then put my other sword to the place that I attack him again, and make a big opening on his waist.
What?
That's how you do it.
He just falls down to the ground and he just blood fills his throat and he's just dead. And the other 2 guys, which I didn't even get a chance to describe, which were red people, this the size of like a meter tall red people, are dead too, and they're pretty much disintegrated from your magic. They're not just dead. They're just Gone.
You're gone.
And Stefan looks at you and this was fun. More fun than I anticipated.
Ah,
They never even tried to hit me.
there are people.
That was
in,
fun. I was just flying around,
Hmm.
using my violin.
There are,
Okay.
there are people in the inn, right?
Only is the bartender left.
Necessary activation energy obtained. Returning to normal speech patterns. Oh, hey. What happened? Oh, right. It was a fun fight.
We had a fight.
I still have beetles around me, and then I make them go.
Was the bartender just watching us?
Yeah, he was not that. He wasn't too chalant about this either. It was just. You looking a little exhausted, like I'm gonna have to be the one who cleans this shit up.
We cleared your
And he goes,
place.
well, I guess I have to thank you now. But you already stay here for free, so
Then we can continue to stay free,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Accept this as our payment then, boss.
good enough payment. I should probably get someone to protect this place, sir.
You better do.
Yeah.
You better do.
Now, if you're gonna go to bed, the rooms are empty. Unless, can you just clear this space off so I can clear this space off?
I sir.
And Stefan looks at you.
Don't we have a deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be arriving in an hour.
Now, is there a time that I can rest a bit?
Yeah,
I
sure.
don't know.
We
Yeah.
can.
Are you still invisible?
On the carriage, at least.
I take back your invisibility, by the way, because to make you to keep making
When-
you invisible, I have to max stress, and I don't
When-
want to.
When the invisibility drops, you see.
Oh, beaten the fuck up!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
To do your resting, we're coming towards the end of our time anyway, so
Yeah.
Mm.
you are back in the
Prima.
carriage, having your rest. Stefan's there, everybody's there, and let's just have a couple closing lines before that. As you get into the carriage, you're tending your wounds, and Stefan comes up to you and says, I'm really surprised nobody hit you in that. I will sure like to tap that.
You could certainly try. Wink, wink.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. And
He's searching for-
does any one of you need healing? And he starts creating this magical crystal in his hand. And goes,
I can take some.
None for me.
I can take
all right, sure.
a
Yeah.
lot.
And just bring the crystal up to your head. The first second is gonna hurt. Don't get panicked. And he's just gonna twist it,
I don't
To
know what
you.
you mean. Ow!
and
Ah,
you regain 6 hit points.
6.
Wow.
That means
That's a lot.
It's a d6 and I rolled a 6. And does anyone have anything else to say?
Mm,
Are we going to?
It's a short rest.
Are we going to tell them what are we doing? How the short rest system
we
works
came
in
back-
the system?
When we are back next week, we will
Next
do
week,
that.
okay.
So, people, thank you all for watching, and once again, a special thanks to Darrington Press and the crew at the Critical Role. We are very big fans, and we aspire to one day be like you.
Wow!
I'm gonna also you. And so, once again, thanks. Thank you all for watching, and we wish you a very good next week with a lot of crits.